Most great adventures start the same way. A coffee at the airport. Taking off. Watching the landscape fade away and wondering if everything we've planned will actually be worth it. A few hours later, we're landing in Munich, and before the aircraft has even reached the gate, half the passengers are already standing in the aisle. It's one of aviation's greatest mysteries. The doors are still closed, yet somehow everyone is in a hurry. The Munich airport is huge, and from here we take the train south. The scenery slowly changes. Flat countryside gives way to towering mountains in the background. By the time we step off the train, we've arrived in Innsbruck of Austria, and it's impossible not to feel the presence of massive mountains. One short scenic bus ride later, we're in Axams, our base camp for the next week. The villages, the green hillsides, and the mountains immediately remind us of Grindelwald, one of our favorite places in the world. We're staying in Hotel Kögler. It's simple, clean, comfortable, and when your window opens onto mountains like these, you really don't need anything more. Day 2. The next morning, we head back into Innsbruck before taking the Nordkette cable cars high above the city. Within minutes, we're floating above dense forests that quickly give way to bare limestone cliffs. Our destination is part of the famous Goetheweg. Almost immediately, the views become ridiculous. The city lies thousands of feet below us while the trail hugs the side of the mountain. Looking over the edge is enough to make your legs feel strangely optional. The local animals seem less concerned wandering around these cliffs, as if gravity is merely a suggestion. They sometimes threaten to start landslides above you, but mostly they just sleep on the trails. On the way back, I decide the normal trail isn't quite adventurous enough. A narrow, rocky ridge leads toward a nearby peak. 3 separate times, I nearly turn around, but eventually, curiosity wins. Once I'm standing on top, the reward is obvious. The panorama somehow becomes even better. Back on the more tourist-friendly summit, I find patches of snow hiding in the shade, perfect for cooling off after hiking under the summer sun. Back in the city, we finish the day beside the river with healthy food. Day 3. By now, we've developed a routine. Every morning begins with another scenic bus ride from Axams into Innsbruck. Every morning, another flavoured iced matcha latte. Today's adventure starts on another cable car, this time the Patschakoffelbahn. From the top, we hike the famous Zirbenweg. The cliffs are less intimidating than yesterday, but the scenery loses absolutely nothing because of it. Across the valley, we can even spot the narrow ridge we nervously walked only a day earlier. Halfway through the hike, we claim a bench with a view. My gourmet mountain lunch consists of supermarket waffles. Her choice is slightly more respectable. We sit for a while doing absolutely nothing except watching clouds drift through the mountains. Sometimes that's enough. At one of the mountain huts, we reward ourselves with tea and alcohol-free beer before finishing the trail at the Glungeza cable car. Another descent. Another opportunity to skip the boring downhill sections. Day 4. I still don't understand the appeal of this grass-tasting drink, but I will admit though, this one was actually pretty good. Instead of another mountain, we choose a lake. Lanza Sea charges a small entrance fee, but it keeps the area peaceful, clean, and not too crowded. The water is surprisingly warm and clean. Over the week, we end up coming back here 3 different times. One unexpected highlight of swimming is the tram ride back into Innsbruck. It might just be the most scenic commute we've ever taken. Day 5. Rested once again, we head for another mountain. The cable car carries us to Muttereralm, which appears to be the unofficial capital of downhill mountain biking. The small alpine lake looks incredibly inviting. Unfortunately, swimming isn't allowed. Instead, we begin climbing through a wonderful forest. Soon, I decide that today's real objective should be Knockspitze at 2,404 meters of elevation. Looking at it from below, the climb seems brutal, and it immediately punishes my calves. Soon, all I can hear is my own breathing. The signs claim there's still an hour to go. Thankfully, the mountain slightly underestimates the countless hours of training I've done. Near the summit, the trail becomes steep enough that steel cables have been installed to help hikers. It's like a miniature via ferrata. Every instinct tells you to stay low and hold on tight. Eventually, the narrow ridge opens onto the summit cross, another Austrian mountain with another giant cross. Apparently, that's just how they do things here. The views, once again, make every step worthwhile. A second summit nearby is much gentler, a wide grassy meadow where I stop for a picnic, consisting almost entirely of sugar. To To survive the heat, I even fill my hat with snow. A remarkably effective cooling system. On the descent, I pick a few tiny alpine flowers before meeting several locals who seem entirely unimpressed by my achievement. Eventually we reunite, and together we stop at another mountain hut, and we try something called spinach knödel. Feeling optimistic thanks to the views, we decide to skip the cable car and walk down to the bus. Turns out it was all the way home, and considerably farther than either of us imagined. Our punishment for that optimism is simple. We are spent and will spend the day at Landsea. Sometimes recovery is part of the adventure too. Day 7. Feeling human again, we decide to try something completely different. Neither of us has ever ridden an electric bike. The marketing makes them sound almost effortless. Reality is slightly different. They happily help you up to 25 kilometers per hour. After that, you're on your own, which makes them brilliant uphill, but less magical everywhere else. We follow the cycling path through the valley toward Telfs, with mountains surrounding us on every side. The scenery is spectacular, but the temperature is over 30 degrees, and we're wearing normal shorts instead of bibs. At halfway, we've gained a new healthy appreciation for bib shorts. Back in Innsbruck, we're rewarded with a beautiful sunset before heading back to Axams. Day 8. For our final day, we visit one of Europe's largest climbing centres. The World Cup has only recently been held here, giving the place an extra sense of occasion and deconstruction. She quietly conquers her fear of heights, completing several bouldering problems, both indoors and outside. I have my attempts, but it's been too long since I last climbed. My grip strength disappears long before my motivation does. And the rapidly vanishing skin on my fingertips makes the decision for me. Climbing done for the day. That evening, we rest at the peaceful Innsbruck Hofgarten beneath towering old trees once more. Time goes by quickly, and then comes one final bus ride back to Axams. The same road and the same mountains, yet completely different feelings. That's the thing about traveling. Places become memories almost the moment you leave them. It's a strangely sad moment, because we know we'll probably never be in this exact place again. Sure, we'll remember Innsbruck for its incredible mountains, crystal clear lakes, and unforgettable hikes. But more than that, we'll remember its people. Everyone seemed calmer, more patient, and considerate of others. Comfortable enough with themselves to be kind to everyone around them. It's a quality that feels increasingly rare, especially back home. And perhaps that's the best souvenir and lesson we brought home.